Hey, what's up you guys? It's Rena. Today I thought I would share with you my TBR for the BookTube-A-Thon. And the BookTube-A-Thon is a week-long readathon hosted by Ariel Bassett, and it takes place from July 30th until August 5th. One of my favorite things about the BookTube-A-Thon is just how many people participate in it every year. There's a lot of really cool reading challenges and video challenges, and there are like reading sprints hosted on Twitter, and there's just a lot of cool stuff going on, and it's a lot of fun to be a part of. I've never been able to fully participate in it before. I had every intention and it just never really happened. So 2018, I can't remember what year it is going to be the year that I fully participate in the BookTube-A-Thon, and I am really excited about my TBR that I have set up so far. I actually already planned on a specific theme of books to read before the BookTube-A-Thon was announced. So I have to kind of fit all my TBR books for the BookTube-A-Thon into my monthly theme, which is going to be nonfiction and like memoir type books. So it was a little difficult to pick out some of the books, but I'm really excited about what I have here. Let's just jump right into my TBR. So the first challenge is to let a coin toss decide what the first book you'll be reading is. And the first book I picked out for that is I Love Everybody and Other Atrocious Lies, True Tales of a Loudmouth Girl by Laurie Notaro. And the second book I have picked out is Normal Gets You Nowhere by Kelly Cutrone. So these are going to be the two books that I'm trying to decide between. I will have Kelly be heads and Laurie be tails. I'm too lazy to get a coin, and to be honest, I like the visuals of it better, so I downloaded a coin tossing app, and this will be my coin toss. So, what is that, tails? Alright, so tails, I think I said Laurie. Laurie's Tales? Yeah. So I'll be reading I Love Everybody and Other Atrocious Lies, True Tales of a Loudmouth Girl. I've had this on my TBR for like 7 years, and I've never read it, so this is going to be the year. I actually had to kind of rework my TBR into finding what book I would use for this, because the first book that I'll be reading will be an audiobook. So I had to find two books that I had available on audiobook to choose between. So these will be probably the first two books I read and hopefully complete, because I do tend to listen to more audiobooks than I do physical books most weeks. So these will probably be book 1 and 2 that I read. Next is to read a book about something that you would like to do, and for that I chose Steve and Me by Terry Irwin, because I would love to work with animals someday, and I feel like they are like the epitome of working with animals. They live in Australia and they work with a lot of really cool wildlife that I will never get a chance to work with. So I would just love to get more information on their lives and kind of their experiences and how they've met and found love. Next we have read a book and watch its movie adaptation. And for that I chose The Vow by Kim and Cricket Carpenter. This movie slash book came out a very long time ago. I've owned it pretty much for 9 years, 8 years, something like that. And I have yet to read or watch the movie. So this is going to be the time. It's very short. It's like 180 pages. Yeah, 180 exactly. So I know I will be flying through this, and I cannot wait to watch the movie. It has Rachel McAdams in it, and she's probably one of my like top 5 actresses. So I'm really excited to finally dig into this. Next we have read a book with green on the cover, and for that I chose In Real Life, My Journey to a Pixelated World by Joey Graceffa. And his eyes are green, so this is the book I'll be reading for that. This is another one of those books that I plan on listening to an audiobook. I use Scribd for most of my audiobooks, which is like a digital service where you can get unlimited audiobooks and ebooks. And they have a pretty good selection of what to choose from, so you don't have to pay like monthly credits like you do for Audible. It's like $8 or something a month, and you can pretty much listen to as many as you want. So I found this available on there among a few other like YouTuber type books, which I do plan on reading. So this will probably be an audiobook, but I can't wait to finally read it. I've owned this since like the day it came out, and I'm pretty sad with the fact that I haven't read it yet. So this is gonna be the time. It's gonna happen. The next challenge is a little weird and something that I am not terribly thrilled about, and that is to read a book while wearing the same hat. I don't like hats. I don't wear hats. I'm not a fan, even though I do love this hat because it has pizza on it. So it's a pretty awesome hat, but I just don't like wearing hats. So for this, I will be reading the shortest book I can, which is The World According to Mr. Rogers, Important Things to Remember by Fred Rogers. This is very short. It's not even a real book. I mean, it's obviously a real book, but It's got like little pieces of, you know, words and stuff that he said. I don't know if it's on the show or whatever, but I'm going to fly through this and then I can finally take my hat off, which I'm very much looking forward to. But I know the movie came out, like the Mr. Rogers movie came out recently, and I think this is actually part of a series of books. I think there's like 4 of them, so maybe I'll read all 4 if I can find them. But this is the only one that I currently own, so it's going to be the shortest and I'm going to fly through it. Next is to read a book with a beautiful spine, and for that I chose Note to Self by Connor Franta. This is probably one of the most aesthetically pleasing books I own, and that is the spine. I love the gradient. It's beautiful. Not to mention, like, the rest of the book is beautiful too, like the in pages. It's got really nice pictures, and it just, like, the paper feels nice. It's just, I love it. And once again, I'm very disappointed with myself for not reading this. I went actually on the book tour for this and was able to see Connor Franta, and I still didn't read it. I'm ashamed of myself, but this is going to be the time. I will be doing it. I will read this, I swear. The very last challenge is to read 7 books, and these are the 7 that I'll be reading. They fit within my TBR, so I will for sure be trying to get to all of these, but it might really depend on how I'm sitting with books and whether I need more audiobooks or not, because I do tend to read more audiobooks during times like this because I just have kind of more of a chance to be able to read audiobooks. So if I need anything more to read, I will be reading these 2, which is I Hate My Selfie by Shane Dawson and A Work in Progress by Connor Franta. Both of these also will be available on Scribd for audiobook, so I do plan on listening to these as well, but they are not available until August 1st. So I have also those on my TBR, but we will see what happens. I'm really excited about this readathon, and I do have every intention of vlogging a little bit during it. We'll see how it goes, and I feel like I'm going to fail at that because that's what happened last time. But right now I have every intention of filming at least one vlog, whether it's a whole week-long vlog, I have no idea. But I do intend on doing that, so keep your eye out for that. Otherwise, if I feel so inclined, maybe I'll upload a few of them, like every few days. But for sure, I do plan on doing like a wrap-up video of all the books that I read during the BookTube-A-Thon, however many that ends up being. So I will see you guys with my next video. Bye!